Hello, welcome to another video broadcast of Master Investors Company, coming to you live from the headquarters here at the studio. And today's topic is going to be, what are the secrets of the ultra rich? We wrote a blog about this. I'm going to leave the link in the description. If you're watching this on YouTube, then you can read the blog and then get better understanding of what we're talking about here. But I want you to take 3 things with you by the end of this video. And that is that the ultra wealthy do not work for money. We make money work hard for us. Number 2, we can see income that other people cannot see because of our financial education that we have. So the more financial literacy we put in ourselves, the better investors we will be and the more passive income we can create. And number 3 is how you can start making money using the internet, okay, and using the rules of the rich. Those 3 things, by the end of this video, you will understand how to do. And if you have any questions, you can send us an email to info@masterinvestor.education. You can also leave your question right below in the comment box, and we're going to answer that to you. So let's get right to it. How to play by the rules of the rich to get richer while others get poorer. And what we need to understand is that in 1971, President Nixon separated the gold from the dollar. From that point on, money became monopoly money, became fiat money, became fake money, if you will, because there's nothing backing it. So money today is just an idea backed up by confidence, and that's why we do not need money to make money. We need a plan, we need an idea that is backed up with great confidence so that money can find us and we can create and generate passive income with that money, okay? So in other words, we don't have to have money in order to create passive income. And with the internet today, we can actually get started making passive income right away, very easily, and for free. I'm going to show you by the end of this video how to do that. And if you like to read our ebook that just came out, then you can look on the digital courses on our website at www.masterinvestor.education. Find the ebook. It's called How to Build Cash Flow with the Internet, and it's a total guide in how to turn your passive income on from home using your laptop or cell phone and using other people's time and other people's products and other people's money legally, so that you can start creating cash flow, aka passive income. And remember, there are 3 types of income that we talk about here in our community at Master Investor, which are ordinary income, aka earned income, and that's the type of income majority of people work for their whole life, is when you have a job and you exchange your time for a paycheck. The problem with that type of income is that you have to work harder to earn more. And there are so many hours in the day that we can actually work at a job because we need to get some rest, we need to eat, and so forth. So we only have about 12 hours at most if you want to work really hard. And what happens is that with that type of income, you get taxed at a higher bracket than any other type of income. So you don't have very much room to deduct taxes, to pay 0 in taxes, because the laws are not in the favor of employees. And that goes back to 1903 when Rockefeller family took over the school board and decided that there is going to be a mission still in that school board's system from kindergarten to university, which said, you can look it up on Google, is that they want 2 types of people coming out of that whole journey of school, going to university and graduating. Is that you come out thinking as an employee, wanting to look for a job, exchanging your time for money for earned income, and then you're also going to be either that or a soldier, wanting to go fight wars for, the corporations of the rich, the governments. And so, that type of mentality that you come out with from school is going to be actually neglecting your freedom, your total freedom. However, if you love to do what you do today, your job, you can also start building your passive income on the side. It's important because in 1971, the dollar got separated from the gold. Its money became debt. That's why debt is tax-free, because money is created with debt. That's why it's important to learn how to use good debt. Credit card to invest for passive income, and treat it as cash, because it is cash basically. It is paper. It is fiat money. It's fake money. So once you understand that there are two types of debt, good debt and bad debt, good debt gets paid off with somebody else's money and puts money on our pocket at the end of the year, at the end of the month. That debt will generate passive income for us. That's good debt. But if we're paying for that debt every month, and we're paying plus the interest, and we're doing it with our own effort in exchanging time for money at a job to go pay for that mortgage, then that is bad debt. I'm going to show you how to flip that around and start earning passive income from your credit cards and from your debt. Okay, it's very easy. We can turn a liability into an asset with financial education. But first, let's go over the 4 wealth-stealing forces that people in the world tend to encounter, because we are all playing in the money game. Number 1 is taxes. Number 2 is debt. Number 3 is inflation. And number 4, retirement. Remember that in 1971, President Nixon separated the gold from the dollar. Money became debt from that point forward. And for us, the ones that have financial education and we are entrepreneurs and investors, then we can actually get rich much faster. And so hopefully you take the knowledge that you're learning from this video and apply it to your life, so that you can take it to the next level financially, okay? And become more free when it comes to having money coming to you, rather than you working for that money and going out there working hard for it. There's nothing wrong if you're working hard at a job that you love. And so, but it's also important that you build passive income, because in 1974, there was an act that was passed, and we're going to be talking about it on the retirement, which is the number 4 wealth-stealing force, which basically said enforce the employees to invest in the stock market through vehicles like 401k, investment vehicles, and mutual funds, and things of that nature, which they didn't give any control to the employee anyway. It's just that they're investing, and they're forced to do that if they want to have any pension at the end of the working years. But if the employee does not invest a dollar or anything into these vehicles, these investment vehicles that were created for them, then the company itself does not have to invest any money into the pension neither. So if you don't invest, or you don't have enough money as an employee to invest into these vehicles, then you will have zero, even though you may give 25 years or 35 years into a company of your entire life. So that's why it's important to work on your passive income, to work to acquire passive income. The mission of Master Investor's financial department is to elevate the financial well-being of all partners, including you who's watching me right now and listening to this video. If you're reading one of our blogs or looking at any of our content, then you are considered one of our partners, because you're giving some of your time to us to listen and to improve your financial literacy and ultimately increase your financial IQ. Okay, so wealth-stealing force number 1 is taxes. Okay, 3 types of income: ordinary income, aka earned income. You have a job, you get a paycheck, right? You exchange 40 hours of your time, you get a paycheck. When you get that paycheck, you're going to see that there's already taxes taken out. Nearly 50% of taxes are taken out. At the end of the year, you do your taxes and you get some back. You may get some back. And oftentimes, people cannot even support their standard of living with the paycheck that they have. So they end up working, I call it the rat race, for a long time, for the entire year, and they don't get ahead financially. And that is because more money doesn't necessarily solve your financial problems. More financial education will solve your financial problems. So taxes are a big factor why people are not wealthy today, because they don't understand taxes. And we, the ultra wealthy, use all these wealth stealing forces that exist in the money game into our advantage. In other words, we use taxes to actually get rich. So, for example, we work and acquire passive income. That's the third type of income. The second type of income is portfolio income. So we have ordinary income. You exchange time for money. You pay high taxes on that type of income. You have no room to deduct any taxes on that type of income. The second type of income is portfolio income. And oftentimes, portfolio income gives you capital gains. And capital gains are also taxed at a higher bracket. Not as high as earned income, but it's taxed at a high bracket. And so we don't necessarily focus on capital gains. We focus on passive income. That's the third type of income that exists. Passive income is taxed at the lowest bracket, and is actually, we can have room to deduct our business expenses and personal expenses to pay zero in taxes legally. That's why with more financial education, we can pay zero in taxes and live the best life with whatever we want to obtain during that year, and we can deduct it at the end of the year legally. Once we have the right team around our business and we have the right attorney, we can use the tax code and the business law into our advantage. But in investing, there are two types of income that an investor can obtain: capital gains and passive income, aka cash flow. Capital gains usually come from mutual funds, or it comes from a stock that you purchase and you sell higher than you purchase it. So that is capital gain. Or you buy a residential home, you fix it up and you sell it a year later, you get that profit. That is capital gain. Okay, and capital gain is taxed at a higher bracket than passive income. That's why we focus on passive income, and you can achieve that through the internet. You can achieve that physically in the world, right? But here we're going to focus in achieving passive income fast, which I recommend going into the internet and using the tools that we're giving you at Master Investor, so that you can start making and building and acquiring assets that produce cash flow, aka passive income. All right, so wealth stealing force number one is taxes. Understand that if you're working for money, you're going to be taxed at a higher bracket. That's why your check says, minus, X, Y, and Z dollar amount that got taken out from taxes. Okay, so you don't want to be working and then not having control over your money. Wealth stealing force number two is debt. Debt, like I said earlier in the video, two types of debt: good debt and bad debt. Most people only think of debt as bad because they think of the interest, and they think that debt is bad because you're paying for that at a higher percentage, and you end up paying double as much as you actually pay the item that you obtain with that debt. But you have to understand that it is the way you use debt. If you get a $1,000 credit card today, I will not recommend you to go get a pair of shoes that costs you $1,000 on that credit card, unless those shoes are going to make you cash flow. So we're going to use debt to invest for passive income. Either build a website that is going to be selling a product that people want over and over again, and it's making you passive income. That debt, that credit card, is going to get paid off very quickly with the money of the clients, and it's also putting money into your pocket. That is good debt. So bad debt can be turned off with good debt. If you have bad debt right now, things are taking money out of your pocket, then you can create good debt. You can acquire another credit card and invest it into an asset that's producing enough cash flow to pay for that credit card and to pay for the credit cards that you have used it to buy liabilities. And liabilities are things that take money away from our pocket, does not put any money in our pocket. An asset, on the other hand, puts money in our pocket even when we're not working. So the whole goal of becoming wealthy is to build our asset column. That's why my question to you today is, how do you make your money? Because if you tell me you have a job and that's all you do to earn income, then I know you have the first type of income in your life, which is ordinary income, earned income, right? And that is taxed at the highest bracket of all incomes. And also it tells me that you have zero assets on your asset column in your financial statement. Even if the person is poor or wealthy, we all have a financial statement. So we have to take a look at the financial statement, which will tell us our income, will tell us our expenses. It will also tell us our asset column and our liability column. Usually people have no assets on the liability column. And that's what we're going to be focusing on to building our asset column, whether it's digitally or offline. I suggest that you enter the internet because it's a lot faster, it's much simpler to get to the passive income. You can actually start making automatic sales and building that cash flow with the digital asset in less than 24 hours because the product is already made for you, is there for you to market, to get people to buy that product, and you can go to sleep and just collect the income from each sale. And hopefully that product is a subscription product that people have to pay over and over again throughout the entire year so that you can get that residual income, aka passive income, okay? And I'm going to also show you where you can incorporate your own company so that the income that you're building from all of these products that are already made for you, if you don't have the time to build a product, or maybe you don't want to build a product yet, but you want to start building passive income today, then you can actually do that. And I'm going to show you how to incorporate a company so that you can run all that income through your business company and also deduct all the taxes at the end of the year, so you have pay zero in taxes legally. And another great thing about using debt, using a credit card, is because we don't pay taxes legally on debt, okay? Because money is created with debt, okay? So good debt and bad debt, right? Understand that. We'll still enforce number 3, inflation. Since the government has been printing more and more money after the dollar was separated from the gold in 1971, and the reason we did that, or President Nixon did that, is because at that time we were, and today we're still doing so, we are a nation that imports more than exports. In other words, we're high consuming people, and we buy from other countries, right? We buy from China a lot, and so if we're buying from other countries and the dollar is backed up with gold, if we're giving you dollars to obtain whatever you're selling to us, then we're giving our gold away. That's why we separated the gold from the dollar in 1971, and I think it's the best experiment, if you will, for us, the entrepreneurs and inside investors, because we can actually get rich faster. We can use debt. It's tax-free. Once you use debt and learn how to use a credit card, you don't pay any taxes on debt, okay? And you don't have to worry about the interest of that credit card, because if you invest it for an asset that's producing cash flow, the debt will get paid off by itself with other people's money, right, from the clients, from the business, from the investment, and also is putting money into our pocket. And remember, we're not an inside investor, aka master investor, unless we're receiving money from our assets. Once you receive your first sale from your product that you're selling online on autopilot, then you're an inside investor, okay? And wealth is not determined in the amount of dollars that you have, is determined in the amount of days and months that you can go without working and dependent on somebody else's income, okay? So, you know, everybody's standard of living is different. You don't have to be the next Bill Gates to earn passive income, to build cash flow, to build a successful life or a lifestyle that you love and you will feel wealthy, okay? So everybody's perspective of rich is different, but the important thing is to focus on building the asset column, because once we start getting assets, we don't have to work hard for money. Money's working hard for us, and we can reinvest the capital that is coming in from our investments, and that is when we enter the velocity of money. And I talk about the formula on a different blog, so let's move to the next wealth still in force, which is number 3, is inflation, right? So when we're printing so much money every single day. The government is more than $2 million gets printed a day. Billions of dollars get printed, more than two. We are over $17 trillion in national debt. That's not going to change. And so if the government is printing money, then why are you saving money? It's not smart, because we can actually do the same thing that the government is doing, is to print money legally. And using debt is even better, because we're getting rich for free with fake money. So inflation is not going to change. So what we have to do is take advantage of inflation, because now we can actually grow our wealth through debt, and we can actually go into a bank and ask for a loan and invest it into a cash flowing asset, and so that we don't have to worry about inflation, because the people that are going to be struggling are those who are working hard for money, because now they have to work extra hard to get the same gallon of milk that they were paying $3 back then. Now they're paying $5 for it. And so we're not going to complain about inflation, because we understand that the rules of money have changed. And that started in 1971, August 15. That's when President Nixon separated the gold from the dollar. And so the dollar has lost 90% of its value, because it's being printed more and more. There's nothing backing it. And so we don't have to worry about, going into more inflation, because if we have the right financial education, we can profit in cash flow from any type of market. As an inside investor, we don't sit here and predict the market, because we understand that the market goes up and down. And so that, what do? As an inside investor, we prepare ourselves for any type of market. And so we can make cash flow and profit even when the economy has crashed, or even when the inflation is up the roof, and it's not going to change. So you just have to change the way that you think about money and the way that you operate with money, so that you can get ahead financially. Well, still in force number 4 is retirement. And this goes back to 1974, because the U.S. Congress passed the Employee Retirement Income Security Act, known as ERISA. This act forced Americans to invest, like I said earlier, in the stock market for their retirement through vehicles like the 401k, which generally have high fees, high risk, and low returns. Why they have high risk? Because you're investing in the stock market, and usually the stock market goes with what the economy is doing. And so if the economy is up, the stock market is up, and the economy crashes, the stock market crashes. And usually if the stock is doing something, the company itself is doing the very opposite. A lot of people that are unaware and don't have the right financial education, they think because the stock market is high, the company is doing great things. Okay, so not necessarily. You have to understand that also when you invest in the stock market as a trader, because all you're doing is investing, holding, and praying that the market is going to go up, to sell it for a higher price than you purchase it, and you now have capital gains. You're investing for capital gains, so you are a trader, not really an inside investor. An inside investor knows how to build and acquire cash flowing assets. That's what we are here to do at Master Investors Community, to teach you and demonstrate to you how to build a successful business from home and build your asset column with cash flowing assets. So we use all these 4 things that we talked about: taxes, debt, inflation, and retirement, to our advantage. So if you have a job and you're hoping that your job is going to take care of you, that company might not even take care of you by the end of your working years, because you haven't invested anything in your 401k or any of the vehicles that they offer. And so 1974 Act changed the whole game regarding employees, because the laws change, and basically the company is not obligated to take care of you after you're done working for them, unless you have invested in the stock market. And so that is kind of hard to do when you don't even have enough money to live and meet the bills at the end of the month. So think about that. I want you to think, how do you make your money? What are your assets that you have today? And if you like to learn how to make money right from home using the internet, then go ahead and download our ebook at www.masterinvestor.money, or you can go to our main website at www.masterinvestor.education, and go to the first digital course and download it, because you will have access to it right from your computer or your phone. And also, we're going to give you a lot more content every single day that is valuable, so that you can empower yourself financially. Another thing that I want to speak about here is that the rich know how to use these forces to make more money rather than having them steal our wealth. We, the rich, know how to make investments and run business that allow us to pay little to no taxes. Like I said earlier, we, the rich, know how to use debt and other people's money to make investments that provide constant cash flow while paying that debt off. Okay, we, the rich, know how to make investments that hedge against inflation and make them money while others are falling behind. Okay, the rich know how to utilize all these factors to have a secure retirement provided by cash flowing assets. That's what's important. If you have a job, to build your business after work, start building that passive income. And here at Master Investor, you can do that. Welcome to the inner circle. Welcome to the community. Make sure that you hit the subscribe button. Give us a like on the video. Leave a comment. If this is valuable to you, then share it with your list, with your friends, with your associates, so that can also empower, because investing is a team sport. You don't do this individually. Okay? Learn how to play by the rules of the rich when it comes to money. It might not save the middle class, but it will save us. Okay? And that is by changing the way we think about money, changing our core values, understanding what is an asset, what is a liability, understanding good debt versus bad debt, understanding taxes, inflation, and why these things are actually an advantage to us who have the right financial education. Okay, with that being said, I'm going to see you on the next video. But remember this, you can start making passive income right now, today. Okay, go to our website, www.masterinvestor.education, and find the investor section and start building your asset column with other people's products. There are platforms out there that have hundreds of products of all types of niches that you can think of. So what are your passions is my other question that I have today for you. How do you make your money was my first question. My second question is, what are your passions and purpose in life? And third question, are you ready to start building your passive income? If the answer is yes, then head to our website and start joining the affiliate programs that are available to you, where they give you the product, they give you the marketing tools, they give you the whole system of systems, which is very amazing, to be quite frankly, because you can start right now. You don't need any special skills. All you need to understand how to build the capture page and have an email autoresponder that collects the emails of those people that enter their name and email on that capture page, which is a one-page website offering something of free for them in exchange for their email and name, so that you can deliver more content and products to their inbox so that they can purchase. And those people usually become long-term clients, and that's what you want to do. Create your own list of clients. Don't create other people's list of clients. Start collecting emails of your own, because each email is worth money, and so it's worth passive income, really. So you can deliver content to them, value to them, and offer something that they can purchase, because they obviously enter the information wanting to learn something about what you have to offer. So if they give you the information, it's because they're ready to purchase that solution. Marketing is that. It's finding a group of people that want a solution that we have, putting that product in front of them so easily that they can grab, purchase, and repeat the process again when they need that product or solution again. So get the email autoresponder, and then now it's time to get leads. Hot leads, finding these people, which you can do that with Facebook marketing. Is the easiest platform that you can create an ad, and you don't have to pay anything up front. You just need a debit card or credit card attached to it, and by the end of the month, they will, deduct whatever that ad costs during that entire month. But if you sell something within that entire month on autopilot, it's going to pay for that, for the advertisement cost of Facebook. So Facebook doesn't charge right up front. You can start with zero money, start using other people's product, other people's money, and start making passive income instead of just focusing on your earned income. Focus on passive income, and remember, we're here to help you succeed in the money game, helping you understand the concepts that work in all economies and bring you the good and bad news of money. Thank you for listening, and I hope that this video is helpful. I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.